Welcome back to the City Current Radio Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're honored to be joined by our next guest, our good friend, Preston Butts Jr. He is the founder of MEM10 Consulting. How are you doing, Preston?
Man, I'm doing well. Thank you. How about yourself?
Doing well. So you have a fun world when you talk about working with athletes, high-profile names, music businesses, the whole nine yards. But let's dive into a little bit of your story leading into MEM10 Consulting, because you come from a background of working with athletes and fundraising and working with nonprofits. So share a little bit of your backstory.
Yeah, man. So I'm actually born and raised Memphian here. I've had the ability to, or I've been blessed with the opportunity to work with professional athletes on the basketball operations side with the Memphis Grizzlies. I was able to do that up under Coach Holland's regime for 3 seasons. And man, we had an awesome time. And during that time, I was able to just work directly with the guys and just kind of understand a lot of their needs and their desires. And so I really marinated on that. I was able to go to a couple of events where I saw guys with the aspirations and dreams of doing things within their platform of sports, and how they can articulate that for what we like to call a life after sports. And so fast forward the next stage of my career, I was with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. I was actually with ALSAC, the fundraising engine of it. And I was there for 5 years, and man, I had an awesome time up under the leadership of Rick Shadiak, and really learning about the philanthropic process as a whole, what it looks like to put a brand in front of different partners, and how to just maximize and make those partnerships mutually beneficial versus just what they call a typical ask. So in that time, I was able to just really hone my own skills, and fast forward into launching this brand here with the awesome team that I have. So yeah, that's how I got going with MEM10. It's been great.
Well, and I think it's important for listeners to understand the fact that, one, you come from this world, and like anything, relationships are so important, and you were able to build some very strong relationships and trust and build that trust. And to your point, really taking these athletes and giving them a life after sports, because professional athletes have a very short window in terms of maximizing their athletic potential on the court. And then after that, it's, okay, what's next? What do I do? I've got a platform, but I don't necessarily know how to leverage that. And that's where you enable that. But then you also bring these business relationships and strategy, which allows them to all sync up and create synergy. And I think that's kind of the cool thing of what you're doing. So talk about what you're actually doing. Talk about MEM10 Consulting.
Yeah, so at MEM10, we literally do just that. We position ourselves in front of professional athletes, the entertainment industry, philanthropic brands that are local and national. We're Memphis-based, but we're not Memphis limited. We work across the country and beyond. We're working in Canada, Los Angeles, New York, and what we found is that our concept here has taken a life of its own. And in that, what we do is we sit down and we customize the approach to teams, to individuals of any type of platform, and really find the things that they love to do outside of what we all do, which is our day jobs, and really find those unique ways to find brands that fit it, that are valid and have the history that's necessary to be successful long term. And when we do that, we have the ability to sit down with them and marry the two. They bring such a powerful presence to those brands, and what we like to do is put them together in a way that they're happy, the brand is happy, and they can start just diving into some of their business efforts as well. That's the last cycle of it, because we don't want to come off as somebody after chasing a dollar. We're really trying to be that advocate or that third party that says, hey, we know it's more to this. We know these guys have dreams, and we know these individuals, not just me. We know they have dreams, and we help them facilitate.
And I think that's where, if you think about it, athletes are pouring themselves in, day after day. All their time is going into making sure that they're taking care of their body, and they're doing all the workouts, and they're laser focused on their career. So they don't really have time to necessarily look at, okay, what do I care about? What am I passionate about? What are business opportunities? And then all of a sudden, as things start to shift, they don't necessarily know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same for someone in the music career. It's the same thing
Yep.
for business professionals. You put all your time and effort into one thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a second, I want to look at all these other things. But that's where now you come in with a very broad approach saying, okay, let's ask you a bunch of questions. Let's figure it out. And then let's start taking you down this path and really helping to guide, but creating that matchmaking opportunity. Talk about some of the questions that you like to ask that really do kind of dive into, okay, how do we create these fits?
Oh man, yeah. So this is when we get into the really fun part of the business, because we get to get in a unique space with our clients that most people don't. And we get a chance to see them be vulnerable, be energetic, really show some of their passions. And we ask, we have a series of questions, but they're very simplistic. Like we ask things like, tell us about your childhood. Where are you from? Even though we have all that research already before we meet with them, it's really cool to see how they view their environments and the things that stuck out. Like one of our potential clients that we're working with now, he had an awesome affinity to preemie babies. And so we were like, wow, we never would have got that. So we were able to bring on local partners and national partners to get him some looks at being a brand ambassador for the NICU and different things that may not have even seen somebody like this. And they were so excited just to join the conversation. And then we walk them through the progression. We talk about their current basketball career. What are some of the things that they think they would like to see done better or change? And then we kind of morph it into like their end goal. What would they like to achieve? And, we get everything from like say, for instance, basketball players, they love the music industry. So we partner with the top producers, labels, and brands locally, but also in these different areas that they either may be from, and we really help them hone in on what that could look like. So, yeah.
I think one of the easy ways to structure this and look at it from an outsider's perspective is influencer marketing.
Absolutely.
When you kind of look at it in terms of what you're doing is you've got on both sides, you've got people who are looking for influencers who can be the face and who can promote and who have a platform. And then on the other side, you have the influencers who are looking for good fits for things that they're going to be passionate about to represent. And so I view it from that vantage point, but how do you kind of position it?
Well, I believe it's the same thing. And I believe the world is transforming into a different type of ambassador, right? If you look at how social media is moving, people will take recommendations from people of major platforms versus just a typical brand that you may see on TV. It's so much driven by these things here. And since it's always in our phone, they're now getting to see the life of these people with millions of followers, hundreds of thousands, even just some of them with tens of thousands of followers are now being able to push and make sense. So for us, what we want to do is we don't want them just pushing products. We want them pushing things that they believe in, not us. We take a completely unbiased approach. Any partner that we have know that they're brought to the table when it's a fit with our client. And we make sure to let them know, we can't be bought because what we're really doing here is trying to, when we build that trust, we're trying to keep that component that lets them know that there's no back end deals for us with any of these. So I think that's important for people who are in these influential situations because we don't want to be somebody that comes out that wants something from or has a hidden agenda.
Right. Yeah. Well, and to your point, influencer marketing is here to stay. It's becoming a major piece of marketing budgets. And it really is becoming the way forward because, as you said, all of these influencers have audiences that are very loyal and they're looking to them for advice and expertise and what products to buy and what products they personally use.
Yep.
And with that, then, like anything, your audience, you as the influencer, you've got integrity and you have to make sure, like you said, that it's not a hidden agenda, that it really is something that you're using authentically and that you believe in so that across the board, everyone is being authentic, but everyone is kind of playing to win in a good way.
Absolutely. Um, I, I really like how these guys now get a place to show who they truly are and how things truly impact them. And when you see the excitement for not just them, but their families, because we merge the two, especially if they have spouses or significant others, we don't just work with them, we work to help leverage theirs as well and really bring theirs to life. So, man, it's been fun. It continues to be fun. We're really hoping to grow this thing and just get the awareness out because it really can have some powerful effect on our philanthropic communities, but also the individuals.
How has working with the athletes, celebrities, businesses, how has it changed you, seeing how they go about their business, their work ethic, the way that they approach things, the questions they ask? How has that changed you in the way that you approach your business?
It has changed it in a few different ways. It has changed it in me personally, in taking a extreme listen approach and really marinating before throwing out ideas and concepts. I think our team and we've expanded and grown is phenomenal in really doing the research beyond just the initial surface level brand that you see. So even though those are great brands, awesome corporate brands, but really finding those smaller or medium-sized brands that they can really own and impact to a point where their work is becoming phenomenal and other people are able to see it and get involved. So I think it's really changed my approach, especially coming out of corporate. The larger nonprofit is really being able to engage and learn all the small, medium-sized nonprofits that are doing amazing work for kids, families, adults, like services. And man, it's really just changed the way that I now view how I give my dollars, how my family does. And I think it's been awesome. Our team has this concept where on that same note, is we want to bring one organization into MEM10 that they love or they have a passion for, and really use that as our give back on helping them grow, offering their services, our services for free, and really helping champion them getting into conversations that make sense.
Yeah. One more question before we ask how we can help.
Okay.
Is how have you built your relationships? Because I think everything that you're doing, when you talk about the world you're in, trust and relationships are paramount. How do you go about building trust and relationships?
Man, I go about with the honest approach of needing absolutely nothing from you. I don't lead with a cheesy sell. I truly offer up resources first, just to see how I can help. And being in the position that I am, and how blessed I am to get people to listen like yourself, is because we will do anything for anybody at any level. We treat our professional athletes, our celebrities, our entertainers, just like we do people walking down the street. If there's something that we can offer, it's not about a contract. It's about, hey, let me connect you with someone. And when you do that, when you treat everyone with the same respect and integrity, no matter what they look like, what role that they're in, you realize that people's careers and things grow. They get into different positions. They know other people who may be in one of these positions that can help us. And they truly remember the way that we actually cared. So man, day to day, just like, when we talk all the time, I'm like, Jeremy, how can I help you? Is there anything I can do for you? Because you're always bending over backwards for me. It's truly like that with everyone. So I appreciate you and this opportunity to bring this. I really do.
Well, but I think, everything you said, I'm going to kind of take that as its own little clip and share it around the world, because that's so important, is the approach, like you said, of just offering yourself up and not asking for anything in return. You're just there to serve. You're doing it with an open heart. You're doing it authentically. But that's where the real power is just saying, hey, look, I'm just here to help. And to your point, that's where the magic really happens. So that's awesome advice.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk about how we can help. So how can we help you?
Man, I think the best thing for us, obviously, we're in a huge prospecting phase. Not we're looking for the right clients, man. But we'd love to have any and every conversation with anyone that could potentially lead to us really working and impacting somebody's life. So if you know someone or yourself that is really trying to lead efforts beyond just sports, beyond just entertainment, beyond just your corporate level, and really want to build a custom impact, and show it to the world in an authentic way, man, we'd love to talk. Also, if you're a brand or a nonprofit, either or, for-profit, nonprofit that has a unique opportunity that you would like to see one of our potential clients get involved, please reach out to us. We have a website, www.MEM10consulting.com, and you can inquire through the website, or you can email me directly. I'm so easy to get to. I make myself available for any and everyone. And my email address is pbuttsjr@MEM10consulting.com. So please, we're in a phase now. We'd love to just talk to you and see where we can take it.
Yeah, and make sure everyone, it's MEM, MEM, and the number 10. So MEM, yep. The 10, and then consulting.com is the website. So Preston, thank you for all you and your team do. Greatly appreciate you coming on the show, buddy.
Man, no problem. Thank you, Jeremy.